Hello, everyone. It's Amanda with Whole Brain Connections, and I'm coming at you on Facebook and YouTube. I have an awesome free class coming up on Thursday, and I wanted to come in here and tell you a little bit about it, why it could be helpful for you and your family or even your classroom, what we're going to be doing in this live class on Thursday, and if you can't make it, how to access the class to watch at a different time, and invite you to come to the class. So it's been a little while since I've done a live class, and I've had just other things going on. I actually been teaching some workshops. I've been doing some mentoring. So I've stayed busy, but I've missed doing a weekly class. And so this Thursday at 11 p.m., I'm going to be teaching a class called Heart Brain Connections. Okay. And I'm going to teach you movement activities to relieve stress and strain of just everyday life. Okay. So we live in a intense world. We live in a world that is constantly on the go. And we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves as parents and educators. And we often fall into this perpetual state of stress and strain. And so do our uniquely wired kids. And so I have been a meditator for close to 7 years. And recently, I have been really tapping into this heart-brain connection that calms the nervous system. And I wanted to share it with you on Thursday in our live class. So if you've been with me in Whole Brain Connections or you've been to one of my workshops, you know that I'm very passionate about the connection that we as parents and teachers and therapists, the connection that we have with our own children that we work with. And that when we want or expect a child to regulate themselves, right? Let's say they have challenging behavior, or they have a hard time focusing, right? When we want our kids to even have self-control or to regulate their emotions, we actually teach them by our own regulated state. And so when we do that together, adult and child, parent and child, it's called co-regulation. So wherever we're at physiologically, whether we're in fight or flight or freeze, fawn, or even in social engagement, it has an effect on the kids and the individuals that we're around. Hence enters the heart-brain connection. There's some specific movement activities that you can do to help create a deep neurological connection that calms the nervous system, reduces stress and strain, and just helps you move throughout your day, work with your child, work in your environment with more peace, more groundedness. You're able to tap into more creativity. You're happier, and they're simple. And so on Thursdays, I put together a free class that I'd like to personally invite you to. I've got a little bit of a cough. Hold on. All right. You should hear me now. So I'm just getting over COVID. And so it's kind of drug on a while. So I apologize for my coughing, but I'm feeling much better and super excited to have the antibodies. Totally excited about that. All right. So Thursday's free class. If you are interested in learning some very gentle, simple movements of the body and the breath to create the connection between the heart and the brain. And when we have that coherence, and we'll talk about that on Thursday, coherence is a balance between something. I'll give you a more detailed definition of it on Thursday, but there's been a lot of study done on heart coherence and heart rate variability. Okay. Why is this important? Because when we can help get our heart and our brain and our bodies in coherence and create those connections, we actually can co-regulate with our kiddos really quickly. We can feel regulated ourselves. Like I said, there's more creativity. We have more love and compassion. We offer ourselves more grace, our kids more grace. We're more effective employees. We're more effective friends or spouse or parent. And so I'm excited to share these things with you. As you know, in Whole Brain Connections, I teach movements that help develop the brain. And specifically, the majority of the families that I talk to, they really want to help their kiddos to be happy. They want more peace in their home. They want to be able to problem solve with ease. And so the live class on Thursdays, this will truly, truly help you long term address any concern that's going on within yourself, within the walls of your home, at work, or in the classroom. So I'm excited to put together this class. It's going to be about an hour, and expect to come and to practice some movements in the class. If you're not able to make the live class, not a big deal. Get signed up at wholebrainconnections.com. If you just go straight to there, it's right on the front page. Get signed up. I will send you an email with all the details on how to get to the live class. And then I'll also send a replay, usually the day after. Sometimes I get it done the same day. Sorry. But I'll send out the replay so you can watch it at your convenience. Okay. I look forward to meeting with all of you on Thursday. It's 11 Mountain Time in the morning. So that would be 10 o'clock Pacific, noon Central, and 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So again, this Thursday's free class is called the Heart Brain Connection. I'm going to teach you movements to relieve stress and strain in your everyday life. And the more that you practice these consistently for just a few minutes a day, the more coherence you will have in your nervous system, which means a balanced, grounded state. And it's really exciting because as much as I'm a nerd about the nervous system and physiological states like fight, flight, freeze, and social engagement, we will be touching on those on Thursdays because they're so important to the quality of life and understanding why our kiddos struggle. Kids who struggle with behavior oftentimes are dysregulated. And so I will share with you more of the simple principles and the movements to help get you regulated, so that you can help co-regulate with your child, okay? Or the other adults in your life, not just your kiddo, right? When you go into the workplace and you feel grounded and you feel regulated, you have an effect on everybody else in the environment because our brains pick up on this feeling of safety or openness so that you can socially engage. It's called neuroception, and it's beyond our conscious awareness, but our brain can instantly pick up if an environment is a safe, open environment in which you can feel welcome and want to interact and socially engage. So we'll talk about that as well on Thursday. It makes such a huge difference in my own life that I want to share it with you. So let's finish this off with just a little bit of breathing. I have my pause button on my hand. I draw it on every single day. And this pause button is not only for my kids, but it's also for me. Like if I'm feeling erratic, if I'm pushing myself too hard, if I'm giving myself a hard time, I push this pause button as well. So I can just push pause and breathe for a minute. And I just want to share with you, When you breathe, you are immediately calming the nervous system. Our nervous system uses our sensory organs, and we bring all this information from the outside world into our inside world. Okay. And when our nervous system is already on fight or flight, or it is not stable, if it's in a lot of stress and strain, then anything outside of us is going to feel like a threat. Or many of the things outside of us are going to feel like a threat. Even if they're not a threat, our nervous system is going to get protective. Okay. So on Thursday's free class, I'll be talking about movements you can do to calm the nervous system, get grounded. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of breathing with you right now because it makes such a huge difference. And I know that it seems simple and it's almost maybe annoyingly simple. Okay, I get it. My brain offers that thought all the time. The thought of this isn't going to help anything. I don't have enough time to do this. Okay, so just notice your brain saying that. And that's okay. But I promise you, doing a little bit of breathing is going to help again calm that nervous system. It's going to up your creativity. It's going to release endorphins. You're going to be able to balance your brain waves just by breathing. And I call this the 10-second pause, where you breathe in for 3 and you exhale for 7. Now, if you can't do that right up front, not a big deal. Just the key is just breathing out longer than you breathe in. Okay, so we're going to just do a couple breaths and then move on. Okay, go ahead and take a nice deep breath in and pause, and then breathe out. Remember to breathe out longer than you breathe in. We'll breathe in. And breathe in. It's a major motorcycle outside. Okay, notice. Notice if anything is shifted in your body, if you feel a little more relaxed, just from a couple breaths. Okay, we'll take another deep breath in and let's go ahead and keep it within our nose. So breathe in and breathe out through your nose. Okay, so we're going to breathe in if you can. And breathe out. Yeah, just keep breathing like that. Just notice if there's any settling in your body. So if you're sitting in a chair, notice if you feel like you're sitting in it with a little bit more groundedness. If your neck feels a little more relaxed, keep breathing in. So good. Okay, that's only like 2 minutes. You've already got oxytocin being released. That's it. That's like that. I have these hot rod people that live next door to my house, and they like to spin out in their cars and with their motorcycles. It's pretty funny. There's so many good things happening when you just take a few minutes to breathe like that. Okay. Brain waves are balancing. We're balancing those really high beta waves that can keep our brain kind of in an anxious state. We're calming our nervous system. And the more that you do this throughout the day, the more you're going to be able to reduce the pressures that you feel about just everyday life. Okay. So important. Okay. So go to wholebrainconnections.com. I didn't put it on my little scrolly thing. Probably should have. wholebrainconnections.com. Get signed up for Thursday's free class, and I will see you there. See you later.